Hi, thanks for checking out our channel here in one of our videos. We've got probably getting up close to 600 videos on YouTube, 580 plus I'm sure by now. We're right near the end of January of 2021 and everything. So we've got, we put out videos every week almost. But anyways, it's going to be a little repair video on this unit. There's our information right there. Fencerfixer.com is our website. And there's our address and everything about us. But there are links in the description there. You can put the little drop down arrow, click on it. But this is going to be a repair video on a Gallagher M800, the old style. This is probably by far one of the best units ever built by any brand, period. You can ask anybody that does repairs that has been around a while and knows their stuff. This generation of Gallagher, most of them were really good, but they sold probably millions of these things. There's a bunch of them out there, really good units. They started making them back in the 80s under the name Gallagher Snell BEV3, and then sometime in the late 80s, early 90s, they came out this sticker version of the 800. But the BEV3s were the same thing on the inside as this, just an older sticker basically, but the guts were the same. And they continued it to about 2005 or 6 when they came out the M1000 that took its place. Now the M1000 has been discontinued and everything. They do have a newer M800 out now that's nothing like this one on the inside. Totally different guts and no parts are interchangeable. Totally different unit. So far those have been really good. We haven't seen hardly any of those come in except for a couple of lightning ones from Power Surges or whatever. But let's get into this thing. The note says doesn't work on high or low power. So I'm going to go ahead and just open it up. A couple flat screwdrivers. Yeah, but these things, I love these Gallagher 800s. I mean, they're just really rock solid. They don't hardly have any issues. They run for years and years and years with no problem. I've seen these things be 25 years old, never been touched. So, all right, well, let's plug it in. It doesn't work on high or low power. So this has a high and low power. They got their knobs on backwards. That doesn't mean anything, but the red one's supposed to go here. The yellow one goes here. That middle one is half power. Not very many people ever used it, but it was there. All right, let's plug it in, see what it does. No, yeah, it doesn't work. It doesn't work at all. It doesn't do anything. Okay. There's no fuse on it. On this one, it didn't have a fuse on it right there. Some of them did, some of them didn't. Pull that board out. First thing I like to do, since it's the easiest thing to check, I'm check the capacitor. So we'll put our meter onto the capacitance symbol, which is that yellow symbol right above my finger. Not that white one, this yellow one. And these are a pulse grade capacitor. They're not like an electrolytic. There's no polarity. I'm not getting nothing out of it, so that could be part of a problem. So let's see what size this is. It is a 40 microfarad 900 volt. Let me just double check it real quick, make sure. Nothing coming out of it. Shouldn't have to unplug the wires. These things are the way that they're wired up. You shouldn't have to unplug anything to be able to test it, but just for the hell of it, we'll do it again. Flip this switch on so I can see better. Yeah, it's way off the deep end. This capacitor's no good. Well, maybe that's all that's wrong with it. Maybe you got a bad capacitor. Test this one, make sure it reads good. This is a little bit bigger around capacitor, but still a 40 microfarad capacitor, 40.5. So let's It's good. There's not a polarity to these capacitors, but you just got to make sure you put your black wires where, on one set of tabs and the red wires on the other set of tabs. Like that. Doesn't matter if it's left or right or up or down, as long as black wires stay on one side and the red wires stay on the other side. So it doesn't matter which this side or which way is which. Okay, let's plug this board back in. That little light bulb's burned out, but that's cosmetic. Still nothing. Alright, we'll dig a little deeper. Something wrong probably in this board. Let's check the thermal fuse, thermal cutout thing on here. See if it reads good or bad. Touching it right? Alright, that's no good, so let's change that. And we got the light bulb's burned out as well, so we're gonna replace the light bulb on the board too. So pull that desolder and pull that bulb off first. It's not a necessity that this bulb works, but it's kind of nice. You can walk by, it's clicking, the light should be flashed, lit up, saying that the power's on. But if it's clicking, you should know darn well the thing's on because it's clicking. These things aren't the quietest unit, so you can hear them from a pretty good distance. Because the transformers' laminations are exposed, they're not sealed in epoxy, so they're not muffled. There's a bad bulb. Take that clip off. Pull this thermal thing out. I got some different, I don't know which one I got here. I got a bunch of different little neon bulbs type things. Red, blue, green, orange. I don't know, they're all the same. It's just the color. But they all work the same. There's no polarity, so we're going to put in like that. Then I need my thermal thing. Gallagher always recommended to space them out a little bit. He said it helps with the thermal stuff on it. Let's got a little bit of solder still on there. Gotta pull off that one right there. Come on. There. Now we put this thing in there. You definitely don't build them like this anymore. Alright, clean the tip of my soldering iron. Come on. Got time for a new tip on here. It's starting to wear out and not take the solder as well. This may not be the end all repairs. Let's take a little, plug it in. This light should light up. I don't, like I said, I don't know what color bulb I got in there. It's white, but it's neon, so it might go blue, green, red. There it goes. It's orange, like that one is kind of. So we got an orange bulb in there. All right, let's put our meter on it. See what kind of voltage we get out of it. 7.5 kV. 7.5 kV on the half power as well. Let's do a ground fault test on it. Now, if this thing is working like it's supposed to, this thing should still click and the light should still flash. Yeah, it's good, no problem. Okay, now I just have to put things back together here. On the strap that was on there's this patch a little bit bigger around, so the strap won't go down on it all the way because it's bigger around. So let's we've got to tighten it up a different way. This is how I do it. I get a piece of double-sided foam just to kind of help hold it there, just in case. This isn't the final thing that holds it in place. We'll put that right there, push it against this side of this inner case, and put this big cable tie through it like this. And there it goes. So now we're going to put the cover back on. Now this plastic's broke, it's cracked right there because this does have some age to it. And look at the serial number on there. That's the old serial number sequence. It's just a sequential number. There's no date code in this serial number. Starting in 1999 or 1998 and newer, all their serial numbers had a date code on there. The first 2 digits is the year, the 3rd and 4th is the week of that year, and the 5th number is the day of that week of that year. And it's 10 digits long typically. This is just an old style sequential number. So this is pre-1999. 1998 model, so it's probably like a mid-90s, early 90s model. But for being 30 years old, still pretty good. Let's put a little tool across here, see if it sparks. See what kind of spark we get. So, still good old unit. Man, if you got one of these things, don't throw the dumb thing away. It's too good of a unit to trash. So, please, don't throw it away. They tell you can't be fixed. BS, send it here and we'll fix it. There's our information again. Alright, well hopefully you like this kind of video. We're going to put some like tape on there or glue or something, put some stuff on there so it keeps that sealed up, you know, from cracking more. We'll put that on, some stuff on there. Put like some Gorilla tape on there to keep it from spreading. But it's just age. You know, 30 years old, plastic's going to break. But luckily, this thing's pretty good shape for being 30 years old. Alright, hope you like this kind of stuff. And until next time, see you later.